Hello, everybody. So nice to see all of you again. In today's lesson, we're going to do 3D shapes, but then the building of the 3D models, cubes and prisms. Let's start. You can see and touch 3D shapes, but you can only draw them flat on 2D paper. Now look at this example. And when this is our cube, but if we want to draw them, we draw them flat like this. And this then will, when we build it, we will form a cube. Okay. And this is called a net. So what is a net? A net of a solid can be drawn and you can cut out these like flat shape, fold it and use glue to make the 3D object. Now every 3D object has got a net. And sometimes the 3D objects have got more than one net, as we will see shortly. Before I continue, I just want to make sure that you can still remember what is a cube. Yes, this is a cube. So a cube is a 3D model, and it's got all 6 sides are exactly the same. Now, if you look at the net, you see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, but they are exactly the same. And they are square. Right. Now, I want you to stop this lesson and find graph paper, pencil, ruler, scissors, and then I want you to draw these. Depending on the size of the block on your graph paper, perhaps you use more blocks, more than one block, or like 4 or 12 blocks to make one little square. But remember, they must all be exactly the same size. And then you draw this shape and this one and that one and all of these. And then you try and see if you can fold a cube like this one with this specific net. You should be able to. Okay, so that is the beauty. A cube are not the only 3D object that can have a number of different nets, but this one is quite a lot. Do you agree? So I want you to stop the lesson and make these nets and just have fun and see for yourself whether you can form a cube. Okay. Right, welcome back everybody. I hope you've had a lot of fun and you enjoyed that. And now let's see whether you've done that properly. For each of these 6 squares, you must tell me whether you think you will be able to fold a cube or not. Now I said you can check your answers on the previous one, on this one. But I want you to really cut it out and work it out. Get the answer for yourself. That's the only way you're going to learn, correct? So again, pause the lesson, and then some of these you will have from the previous slide. Some of them you won't have. And then you're going to try and see which ones can make a cube and which ones can't. Right, if you tried this, let's see. A, yes or no? Yes. B, would you be able to fold a square with this? No. C, how are you doing so far? I hope well. C, do you think you'll be able to fold a cube with that net? Going? Yes. So this one is no and yes. D, I think that's easy, right? Would you be able to fold a cube? Yes. E, be careful with E. Do you think you'll be able to? No. And F, I think F is a very easy one. G, do you think you'll be able to do it? Did you try? No, you can't fold a cube from this net. And then on H, yes, you can fold a cube. How did you guys do? Well done. I want you to play around. This is the only way we're going to learn our 3D objects. Now this whole lot we've done on cubes. Now we're going to move to a rectangular prism. Now that's also a 3D object. Now there's another name in the previous lessons that we used for rectangular prism. Who can remember that? Correct. It's also called a cuboid. It's also called a cuboid. Just remember that. So when something, we said a cube is something with 6 sides and all exactly the same, 6 squares. So when is something a prism? Can you still remember that? Something is a prism when it's got the 2 sides facing one another, will be exactly the same, and that can be in the form of a rectangle or a triangle or a square or a hexagon or any of those like forms. And the sections in between will then either be a parallelogram or a rectangle. So here we've got a rectangular prism. And this is the example of the net of a rectangular prism. Now, talking about these 3D shapes, I think we just need a reminder from the previous lesson and from another lesson in another section. I really hope you know them by now. So this is just, do you still remember the names? That is a cone, a cylinder, a sphere. There's our cube again. And here you can see a triangular prism. What did I just say about when something is a prism? The 2 sides facing one another would either be a triangle or a square. Can you see it's the same? And the section in between would be a parallelogram or a rectangle. There, we've got a lovely model, a triangular-based pyramid. It's exactly what the name is telling us, a triangular-based pyramid. Now, this is a very special type of 3D object. It's also got another name. And like we've done with the prisms and the cuboid, a rectangular prism and a cuboid, another name for a triangular-based pyramid is, I'm going to write it here, is a tetrahedron or a tetrahedron. Okay, that's another name for a triangular-based pyramid. There we've got a cuboid. Now we know, right? Rectangular prism. Can you see the sides facing are rectangles? There we've got a hexagonal prism. So what does that tell us? Correct. 6 sides. Hexa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one is a square-based pyramid. Exactly what it's saying. The base is square and then the pyramid. I've got an example for you here. Can you see that is the square? And if you fold it, you get your square-based pyramid. Cool. That's the example of the net of a square-based pyramid. Right, let's look at some more nets. That is the net, like we said earlier, of a rectangular prism. Now I've colored the sides that you can follow along. Can you see those are red, the 2 sides facing, the others are also facing, depending on how you hold it, is also rectangles, and those then are the 3rd sides. See there? So if you cut this out, you'll be able to build a rectangular prism. Let's look at this example. I've just showed it to you. Can you still remember? What is it? A square-based pyramid. Remember, like this example I got? A square-based pyramid. Right. The next one is the net of a cylinder. Now, can you work it out? These are the 2 sides, the bottom and the top, and that's the wraparound. So that is our cylinder. And the last example is the net of a cone. Now, this is the net of a cone. Can you see it's exactly the same as there? And if you fold it, there is your cone. Cool. Right, now I want to see if you can work this out yourself. So this is easy. The first one is just a giveaway. Can you still remember? What shape can this net make? What shape can the first one make? It is a cone. And the second one, remember, it's a triangle and it is a pyramid. So what did we say? It's a triangular pyramid. But I said it's got another name because it's so beautiful, isn't it? All these sections are like the same size. Triangular, it's a tetrahedron, right? And that one, of course, yes, it's a cylinder. Let's continue. This one, there we've got our friend again, right? It is a square-based pyramid. And then this one, just look at these sides. It's triangles. So it is, remember, a prism? What is this? What is the name of this? It is a triangular prism. It's exactly like that one. Okay? So this is the net of a triangular prism. Okay, but now if you can see, if you fold these, like I explained to you with this one, if you have to fold this, now you put it and you have to glue the sides together, like I've also showed you in the cone, or you have to sellotape the sides together. So there's another way to do this, and I'm sure you've seen it around if you go to shops and they have got a container that they fold for you. It's the same thing. And this is when we have our nets, but in order to make the folding easier, we give the net tabs. This is what we call a tab, these little sections. Oh, yes, I can hear you say. Now you know what they are called, right? So why do we put these tabs onto the nets? It's to make it much easier to fold and to stay in position that we don't always need. Depending on how sturdy the paper is or the cardboard is, we don't always have to use glue or sellotape as well, right? So a tab is a small flap or strip of material that is attached to an object to hold it in place. You need to add, now if you draw, this is the net, right? This is our cube. So you need to add one tab wherever two sides of the net met to form an edge. So remember there's a fold, and then where there's an edge, we put these little tabs on. And on this cube, we've got 5 edges are made by folds and 7 edges by tabs. So if you want to have fun, you can try and cut this out and give your little edges and fold it back and see. Then you don't need glue or anything. There's your cube. Have fun. And it was so nice. I hope you're going to have a lot of fun to build your own models. See you next time.